right, hi guys, welcome to Money Matters. I know the opening sequence was very contradictory to what is happening right now. Money Matters is usually on Sundays 3 p.m., but today we have changed things up a bit, and I am very excited to be part of Ascendance's Carnival, the 24-hour live stream. So, all of you who are watching, drop a hashtag not 1 million teens, and if you are part of that challenge, hashtag no sleep gang, this is your time to go and take that selfie because you're supposed to take a selfie every 1 hour and put it up in this Instagram story, which I completely forgot to do. I'll do it in after the show is over. But you can join us and actually stay awake for the next 24 hours, and let's see how many of us can actually survive this challenge. So yeah, today's episode, as Maha and Ziyu very beautifully introduced, is about ESG investing. But if you're new to Money Matters is a show that I host so that we can all take some time on a weekly basis to learn about personal finance. I think a lot of us, or not just personal finance, probably business finance, business, entrepreneurship, all of that, because it is a very important topic. A lot of us should know a lot of things about this, but we may want to not entertain or look at this topic because it's a very scary one. I think money is a very scary topic for a lot of people. A lot of people are scared of money, scared of making money, scared of spending money, and all kinds of problems. So we have Money Matters so that you have a space to talk about money. You get to listen to people's crazy experiences with regards to money, and you get to learn something new in every episode. And by learning this new thing every episode, hopefully you can apply it in your goals and achieve your success at a much faster rate as well. So it's very exciting to be a part of this 24-hour live stream. And today's topic is, of course, ESG investing. So I chose the word ESG investing. Chose the topic of ESG investing because it is something a lot of people out there are talking about. If you're someone who's young, you don't know what is it. Basically, it means investing into something that does good for the environment. So if some of us really care for the environment, but there's a lot of companies that pollute the environment, that harm animals, harm plants, and do all kinds of stuff, right? So this is the type of investing where you care for these things and don't go into businesses that will harm animals, harm nature, and all of that. Or it could be companies which help society as a whole. It could be companies which make sure they don't harm individuals, make sure everyone gets the basic human rights at least, or they get much better growth in a way. For example, the people who work in this company will have the opportunities which they would not have if they were part of any other organization, for example. And of course, the last word, G, governance, is basically whether the company is managed properly, whether the people who are running the company are not using the company to make money for themselves only, but rather to benefit the whole organization as a whole. So this is what it means. It basically means running a business like good, decent people. That's basically my summary of it. But is that all there is? What exactly, what else comes into it? And as Maha and Ziyu mentioned earlier, how does ET Ideas bring this into companies? Do they bring this into companies in the first place? Or if they do, how do they bring this into the companies? I think it's something very exciting to talk about. So for that, we have the very exciting chief advisor of ET Ideas, CEO of Global Consultancy. Her introduction can be very long, and I usually have this memorized. She is the principal trainer of BFS. I think she has guided a lot of people, including myself, especially entrepreneurs, to understand how they work, how their habit patterns are, and address that so that their businesses can grow. I personally have watched people who were struggling a lot with their businesses, but after they work with our speaker, they have started improving so much more, not just in their business, but also in their life, their relationships, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's welcome our speaker, Miss Vasla Krishnan, on stage.
Hello, hi Madhura.
Hi,
Hello
Vasla.
everyone.
How are you feeling?
I'm pretty good.
Are you going to take up the challenge of no sleep for the next 24 hours?
I don't think so, but I will try as much as I can.
Yes, I don't think I will survive either, but I shall also try to keep up.
Try to keep up. Usually, wait, is there an echo?
I think it's okay.
Okay, so usually my house has a lot of excitement. We'll watch it on the TV, so there'll be even if I want to sleep, I can't sleep. So it's
Yeah,
like you're really very tired, then you'll doze off.
Yeah. I think exactly same feeling. Usually there's like 10 devices playing the same YouTube stream in our house. So I'm super duper excited. So when I first came to you and I said I wanted to talk about this topic, was like, what did you feel? Were you excited or were you also as confused as our MCs?
Um, I was okay. It's a big word. Okay,
Yes.
companies like to use big, complicated words, and then it's like I was like, okay, now and there's usually a word trending word. Okay, so right now
Yes.
ESG is the current trending word, which is so complicated. It looks so chunky, but no one understands it. Okay, so
Yes.
when you first told me this, I was like, oh, why me? What even does this mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I actually researched it and I look at it, oh, now I know why you asked me to do it, to actually speak about it, because ETIDs actually does ESG at a more advanced level. Many
Yep.
stages of ESG, right?
Yep.
When If you ask me, before I joined ETIDs, I was working in the corporate world. So I work in big companies, multinational companies, which basically have it's a very corporate world lah. The
Yep.
focus is on their business, making money for their shareholders, but also taking care of the employees and all. And there will
Yeah.
be one small department called CSR, which is corporate social responsibility. Again,
Yes.
what they're trying to do, this was many years back, this was 10 years back. What they're trying to do then is these companies, right, make them a bit more socially responsible, take
Mm.
care of some social impact. But in reality, what will actually happen is it'll be like a project in a year. Like,
Yeah.
you got many things to do, so it'll be a project. So your CSR project is, oh, what did I do for CSR this year? What do I do? Okay, let me go and find old folks home. Let me go
Yeah.
in, clean this old folks home. Or
Yes.
let's all go and paint this playground. So they'll find, hey, HR will find some project to do. Then we'll fix a day. All the employees will go and do this on one day and come back.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how it used to be.
Yep.
But over the years, when I started Globetrotter, and Globetrotter is a normal corporate company, but over the years it evolved to become a social enterprise, which we will talk
Yep.
about how it evolved shortly. But
Yep.
I also work a lot with Ascendance. I work a lot with ETIDS, and I'm also chief advisor of ETIDS, right? So I've also seen what it actually means to be part of what is ESG. Okay,
Yep.
so when I work with the Ascendance, and one of the corporate partner meetings I went for, there was this guy who actually said, "Oh, this is awesome. Ascendance impacts thousands of people. Do you actually plan an idea that they can achieve goals, they can do what their minds are very capable of many things, they have powerful minds, they can set and achieve goals, and they show how, by role models. So people wake up and they also start following this." And he was saying this is a bigger impact. And when we, this is one of Ascendant's big corporate partners. One of the reasons why they came on board as corporate partner is because they not only see the big impact that they can make, but they can see that it's not going to be a one activity thing. This is a
Yep.
guy who told me, all the while we have done this, we'll put all our employees on a bus, we'll go and get them to paint a playground, and we'll come back, and then that's project done. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a one activity thing. But ESG is basically saying it should be part of your business. Okay, so what they liked about Ascendance is they can do things. One is the rich is bigger. You impact the young, so you impact generations to come. Another thing is the employees can get involved in it all year long. So it's not a one-off thing, but you become part of it in your areas of expertise. So ESG is basically like what Madhura said. I like the way you say, be good. Okay, run your organization or run your company, benefiting not only you but others, a bigger
Yep.
impact. So it's a very nice. If you ask me, ESG is the correct direction it's going. So it's
Yep.
just what they're looking at now from the investor's point of view. They have metrics. Okay, you qualify to this metrics, you can you become a ESG qualified.
Yeah.
You are ranked higher for investment. That
Yeah.
means, okay, what they mean is there is people who put their money into companies, invest into companies. So companies they buy their shares, and also companies can expand, can buy their machinery and things like that. But now what they're saying is give priority for companies that are high on ESG.
Mm.
That means whatever they're doing, they're also taking into consideration what is the environmental impact,
Yep.
what is their social impact, what is the are they running the company well. So when you have these three criteria, they become better companies to get investors funding. Yes,
Yes.
that's what ESG is saying. Which you
Yes.
ask me, globally, or we are moving into the right direction.
Yes.
Okay, as a humanity, we are moving into right direction. We are getting the corporates to be more responsible. You want money, right? You want to expand, right? But are you thinking of the other people around you? Those who think about it, they will get more money. That is from the investor's point of view. But if
Yep.
you look at it from normal people's point of view, right? When few generations ago, there was not many companies. I know most of you cannot even imagine this. Okay, like 100 years ago, right? There is no big malls. There's no big factories or okay, okay, smaller organizations. So when they do things, they manufacture things and all, they don't impact the environment so much.
Mm.
Okay, but as time go on, these companies became bigger and bigger and bigger. So whatever they do impacts their environment even more.
Yeah.
And the generation, like those days, the baby boomers, your grandparents and all, they were very survival, grow their business. And then the Gen X will be, who are, children of these baby boomers. Most of your parents and some of your grandparents, hopefully not most of your parents. Okay, they are also looking at economic growth,
Yeah.
so expansion and economic growth and all. But in this economic growth, when the companies became very big, they started affecting
Yeah.
the environment around them. Then they started polluting the environment. Then, because now the size is much bigger,
Yeah.
and when that happened, the climate change problems start happening, poverty problems start happening, all these problems start happening. But nature has made the Gen Ys, the children of this Gen X, the Gen Ys, very kind people. Okay, most of you all are here, either Gen Y or Gen Z. Okay, some of the Gen Y means you are born after 1980s.
Mm.
So naturally, this Gen Y is very in tune to saving the environment. That is why you see some of your children will scold you. Hey, you don't use plastic bag, la, use paper bag. La. They're trying to do all this
Yeah.
because they are naturally wired to save the environment. Okay,
Yes.
and Gen Z. Many of your students who are listening here, those who are born after year 2000, you cannot live without a purpose. I mean, for you, if you just go to school, just do your exam, you're bored. You're like, what's the purpose of life? But the moment you find a very strong purpose, you can go all out and you can achieve extraordinary things. Okay, so if you ask me, well, how is this related to ESG? Basically, you have to also evolve with nature, evolve with the generations. So let's say from a company perspective, I now make it part of my respond my daily how to say my meetings and all and my agenda. Not
Yeah.
only to produce my goods, to market my goods, but it also looks at how do I impact the youngsters.
Mm.
Okay, what will happen is these youngsters will like this brand.
Mm.
For example, if I got two cake, let's say cake A and cake B. Okay, but cake B impacts a lot of youngsters. They go, you can see they are okay. Let's say they are Ascendance corporate partners. They are impacting a lot of youngsters and all. The people who look at it, the youngsters who look at it, they'll say, "Buy cake B lah." Taste is the same,
Yes.
but display helps so many people like me, like others. So
Yep.
this is something the right way for the market as well, the
Yep.
youngsters as well. Okay, so it really touches their heart. They will really want to support this. Even if the taste A is a bit slightly better, so they still pick B. You know why? Because of I buy this cake, five less can be helped.
Yeah.
So they are naturally wired to that.
So I think sometimes like I go shopping, like or buy shampoo. You'll be nowadays you're like, maybe I should get the shampoo that says they are more environmentally.
Correct.
helpful compared to the other ones, and you would pay the extra money even if it is.
So ESG is basically to show a standard.
Yes.
Okay, so how am I going to know this company is more friendly economically and gives a social impact or not? So ESG is like a global standard. They're beginning to come out and say, okay, you have this criteria you meet, you are
Yeah.
ESG. So basically, that's it, lah.
So I have a question, right? Like one of the things I see is that now everyone, all the companies are going crazy. They just want to get the marks. It's becoming like school where you want to get the right best marks in the exam of ESG, and hence they will start, like putting out reports, and that's what most of the companies are doing, which is I feel in a way different compared to how ETIDS actually instill that in people. Now it's more, I think the outside world is like, oh, we need to do this so that we can get the investments. But I think in ETIDS it was, you do it, the investments will come if it's time for you to get it. That kind of thinking, right? So how can we actually do it this way, the ETIDS way?
Why most behavior is to meet the it's like an audit, okay.
Yeah.
So if you look at accounting point of view, like audit is no one likes the auditor or the audit, but it's you have to do it to show that your accounts are correct.
Yeah.
Okay, but actually, if you look at it, the auditor will be able to help you put in best practices. There's many more impact the auditor can do, but they
Yeah.
don't see that because they look at it as a compliance thing.
Yeah.
Something I need to do, I need to check this box. It's like I need to score these marks so that I get my investment.
Yes.
Okay, because this is still very new, and it is taken as a compliance thing. In Indie
Mm.
Ideas, yeah, okay, why? Okay, I do C-suite coaching. C-suite coaching means I coach CEOs. Why I coach CEOs is if they can see this, then they will see how important ESG is.
Yep.
If not, it will be okay. HR or legal, please make sure this comply, or CSR department, make sure this is compliant. But for this to be actually incorporated into the business, the head, the CEO must see, oh, if I do this, my people will benefit this, my product will sell this. So they need to see the business connection. Then only it will become part of it. So if you ask me, there are many phases to it. The first part I say, painting the playground, cleaning
Yeah.
up the old folks' home, going to some orphanage and doing something. Okay, those are very, very infant stage. That is taken as I do some charity.
Mm.
Okay, you spend that much time, that much amount, that much this one, you also get that much of things. Look more like a team building activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
The team go there, they do
It's a,
this
it's a
thing.
hangout session for
Hang on
kids.
session. Okay, but I meet a few people and I realize, oh, my life is so good compared to
Yes.
them. So I feel
Yes.
grateful for 1 week. Then I'll
Yes.
be back to my side. Okay, but
Yes.
that's the first phase. The second phase is what, if you ask me, a lot of ETIDs companies are doing, even Globetrotter is doing this, and Globetrotter is doing a third phase. But the second
Yep.
phase is the CEO and the management team now realizes, hey, if I get involved in a bigger cause, that means they're no longer doing this ESG because they want to tick the box. They do
Yeah.
it because it would impact their business.
Yep.
Okay, but when they impact the business, their metrics, the ESG metrics will go up, the investing will come. Okay, so what this one happens is, I pick a cost that resonates well with my employees. Okay, like for me, I pick Ascendance because building the future resonate very well with me.
Yeah.
So when that happens, I spend a lot of my time, my staff, my people who work with me all spend a lot of time working on Ascendance course. Okay, we also have a lot of our money and our time. A lot of it is channeled to building the young with through
Yes.
SNS. Okay, so when we do this, what will happen to my business is, oh, youngsters know about me, know about my business. Okay, that's number one. The people, my staff who gets involved in the work with SNS, they become very much more matured in their way of thinking. They get exposed to the young, they get young ideas. Okay, and the youngsters who are watching in, they will definitely buy my product and services because they'll remember me. They remember what I said. Not now, but for years to come. So there's branding exposure, there's marketing exposure. Then there's another one very important thing. As my team also comes from SNS youngsters. because these are people who have already, they are not just employees. They have a mindset. They want to do things differently. They want to be creative. These are kind of people you want in your team. So my team is also built from the youngsters I work with.
Yeah.
So I pick a course that resonates very well with me, but me and my team, my employees, spend a lot of time with them. So it's part of our work, and we enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we enjoy working. This is the second phase of it. The third phase is where you actually become a social enterprise. What happens is, as your business grows bigger, part of your shareholding, part of your profits naturally goes into this um, social cost that you have picked. Like my part of Globetrotter shareholders are Ascendants.
Yep.
Okay, so in the second phase, in the first phase, second phase, if times are bad, I tak ada budget or I got no budget, then I'll cut off the CSR. That means I'll cut off the Ascendancy. You can imagine the youngsters can wait for a while. Okay, but in the third stage, my business is already doing very well,
Yeah.
and it will go on to do better.
Yeah.
But when they are my shareholders, when SNS is my shareholders, part of the profit naturally goes to them. This
Yeah.
is the advanced stages of the ESG.
Yes. I think a lot of people out there are they are the beginning, the first stage, like you mentioned. A lot of us like to do the whole you will be at Shell, you'll see the tabung, and then you put some money in. That's like the very basic stuff you start with. And then of course some of us will start giving more money in. Some of us will do time. We say time is my resource and I will give time. And that's how most people get started. And they work on that phase, but a lot of us don't transition to the next one. And I also feel like it's not just companies, right? Individuals can also have that level one, level two, and level
Starts with
three.
individuals. It starts
Yep.
with individuals. Like individuals, many times you might not have the money. You might have the time. You
Yep.
might have the time. You might have the money, but you don't have the time.
Yes.
But if you give the money first, eventually you will get more involved in the time.
Yes.
Okay, the time will open up for you to do this. Okay, because your business will grow, your team will grow, they can take care of things, your time will open. Okay, if you have time now, your business is very starting, you don't have so much money yet, but you have time. Okay, you invest your time in this, your business grows. So it's like it's a cycle. What people don't understand is it is connected.
Yep.
So many times I'll tell people work with Ascendance, be Ascendance corporate partner. I know, because I used to be like this. I used to think it is for Ascendance. It's like a charity. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
If you think like that, you got a concept wrong. That means it is because you want to do this. You want to be part of the youngsters building. Then
Yes.
you will genuinely be there. Whether you got money, you got 100 ringgit, whatever money you have, you don't have to have you say, when I'm a millionaire, I will contribute. You won't, because you got million dollar expenses that time. Okay, so it's like you now see, okay, this is also part of something that I want to do.
Yeah.
So when you get so involved in it, you will see that other areas, your business, your relationship, your happiness will all start correcting as well. That's how, when you connect to a bigger purpose, you become of higher energy.
Yep.
Your energy level is higher, so you make better decisions. You basically will grow lah. And I've seen this in many companies. So many times people will tell me, how do I work on my goals? How do I figure out my passion? Go be supporting persons. They will look at me like, huh? I'm like,
Yeah.
you would do this, because when you work with the youngsters, you will start figuring out what is it that you are passionate about. So you give first, you guide others. You don't know what you want to do, you only got time, give your time.
Yep.
That time will actually give you the money.
Yeah. I think a lot of us have perceptions of, oh, this helps, this doesn't help, this won't help me, this won't. But I think our experience with Ascendance has shown us that you will actually benefit more by being a part of this platform.
And
Not,
that is what ESG is saying.
yes,
Okay, that is what ESG is saying in a global level. You do this. Okay, you do this, your business will grow. But
yes,
they are putting it in a metrics level, in a compliance level, so that you try first lah.
yeah,
But if
yeah,
they really do the ESG part, then they will realize, oh, one of the things that scares business is that there's a lot of technological development. Things move very fast.
Yeah.
So like Nokia, okay, Nokia was the phone. Okay, those who are older here, they will realize there was a Nokia phone. But when the smartphone came, the Nokia was slow in adapting. They straight away got wiped out. Now they have come back,
Yeah.
but it took many years to come back. So many companies are afraid that overnight some technology will change and they'll become obsolete. This will not happen if you're already connected to the young. If your people, they're trying to do innovation and they put a department for innovation. How are you going to do innovation? You are stuck in your whole same employees, same people, same
Yeah.
friends you're talking about. But if you now invite yourself or this group of employees to mix every day with these youngsters, what will happen is they will start seeing things differently. They will start seeing the trend coming in,
Yep.
okay, and they will start making decisions that will actually help the company. This is just one example.
I'm just curious, right? Because like I know companies which have done level one, and there are companies which have actually they still do manage to go to level two. But level three, the one where you give the shareholding to the cause that you care about, and make your success a part of their success as well. Like however much you grow, they grow together with you. To come to that level, I've seen very few people who are able to come to that stage of being able to do so. Did you have any struggles to do it? And if yes, how did you manage your
I
emotions in
didn't
it?
know it was happening because I was my business was incubated under ETIDS. So
Okay.
the founder of ETIDS, his name is Ilango Tiago. You can research him. He already started ETIDS, the business incubation, with the aim of converting to social enterprise.
Yeah.
Okay, and he started it first. So he gave his shares to Ascendance first. So when he gave his shares to Ascendance, first I was like, huh? Okay, but eventually I realized it's he's basically transiting me and my mindset to have this.
Yes.
That means the part of my shareholders are actually a social cause because I myself focus on a business. Okay,
Yep.
but if you ask me at the current moment, for many companies, they don't need to go to stage two, stage three. They just go to
Yeah.
stage two enough. That
Yes.
means from the CSR mindset, which is what, if you ask me, it's actually nicely evolving very well in the compliance in the investing world as well.
Yeah.
You start with CSR, okay, but you have done CSR for so many years already. Enough. Now you move up, step
Level
up to
two.
ESG. ESG means your whole business is structured in a manner that you take care of the environment, you take care of some social impact, and you are governed well. You do this, your business will grow well.
Yep.
Once this is done, then the mindset will evolve to the third stage.
Yep. Okay. So for the ones who are watching, I think Accidents Carnival, naturally the audience is going to be mostly Gen Zs. So for kids, should they do anything about this?
I also don't know. You can tell your parents who are working somewhere in some companies and all, and their company is very confused what ESG is about. You can ask them to talk to Ascendants. Okay, or if you look at your parents who are complaining about something about their work, they are not being happy and all, connect them back to Ascendants. That means basically wherever you can connect people back to Ascendants, you connect back people to Ascendants.
Yep.
This is adults. For the youngster, someday you guys will be the one who is working in companies. You guys are the one who will be CEOs and VPs and managers and executives, and you will also have startups of your own and all. So when you are there, you will understand that you must support a cause, especially a cause run by youngsters. Today, you're youngsters, you can experience a little bit about how Ascendance platform, as much as it's run by youngsters, it is very heavily supported by corporate partners.
Yeah.
Okay, very, that means the adults, company people, very heavily supports them, and
Yes.
this is the main one comes from ETIDs. ETIDs supports them a lot. And then there's also a lot of support from parents. There's a lot of support from teachers. So the support coming in is from the adults. So for the youngsters listening in today, 10 years from now, you will be of not only 10 years, some of your 5 years from now, you all will be in positions of the adults. You will become the adults, like
You
Madhura now.
know
Okay.
people.
Okay. So then
Yes.
you look back and you see, don't kachik-kachikan the ideas of the youngsters. Okay. Then you support them. Something like how somebody treated you like an adult now and supporting your ideas, you do that for the others. When you start doing this, so it may not have many adults today, but the youngsters here today are going to be in corporates, in companies in 3 5 years time, and
Yep.
you will become influencers in the company because they won't know how to work with the young. Most adults won't know how. They're disconnected from the young. You will know how to connect them back. You will understand what is this ESG.
Yes.
Okay, so I
Deep
do
down.
good. How do I do this good? Okay, it must be part of it. So you can bring it in slowly, slowly, and people cannot change it drastically. That is why CSR is a good way to start.
Yeah.
Okay, you start that. But I was quite surprised because many companies now, I also go with Ascendance on some of their corporate partner meetings, and Globetrotter also does connects Ascendance to corporate partners, and some of the corporate partners are big, very big multinationals, and I also can see how their thoughts are changing. Because this example where this guy told me that we would rather impact, oh, we can impact 10,000 people, 10,000 students. Okay, and these 10,000 students, you won't know how are they going to be, who are they going to be in 5 10 years now. You're just planting the seeds in their
Yep.
minds right now, and they were very aligned to that. And the next question they asked me is, can my employees be involved? Yes, yes, can. So they want to come out and do workshops for the youngsters. They want to share their experiences. So this is something is it's different. It's changing. The industry is changing as well.
Yep.
So
And,
it's
and
trying.
as I feel like as youngsters, sometimes we may not be the big investor with like millions and billions of money to go and invest into companies, but actually each and every single one of us have the ability to invest. By like, you are a consumer, you buy stuff, you spend money on things, right? So you can actually invest by buying certain things and spending money on certain things. So like, every single person who, like, buy some a service that is provided by Ascendance, or a parent here who's watching, you get like any of Ascendance's program for your kids. Not only are you helping your kids, but you are in a way supporting an organization that works towards this cause. And that is like the most basic level of, ESG investing you can do in a way.
If you are a youngster here watching, you can do something now. You can join Ascendance. Okay, there's a join Ascendance membership. They will put there 150 ringgit for 1 year or something like that, because it's so cheap, because corporate partners are funding the rest of the thing. Okay,
Yep.
companies are coming in, but you can get something for yourself. Number one, get the thing not enough. You come for Ascendance. You join the programs that makes you happy to join. You are interested in, whichever it is. Can be changing reality, can be money matters, can be Sira Bandung, can be whatever. Okay, but from this, each of these has a certain learning. Apply it. Start doing better in your, maybe your school. Maybe do some community project. Maybe do some. That means maybe come up with a startup. Don't know how to do. Go and refer back to the Ascendance platform. Or how are they going to solve the problem? There's so much of content there in so many segments. You will
Yeah.
find your answer there. So you can use this platform to achieve a certain goal. So you become an example of the Ascendance. Then your parents also say, "Hey, how you became this? Huh? Okay, let me see how I can help Ascendance." So it's like you do well first,
Yep.
you apply first. That will inspire others. If you ask me, this whole Ascendance carnival that's happening this week, this 24 hours, right? Which just started,
Yep.
like we are the second hour right now.
We're still in the
But
second half.
and the second hour. But I'm amazed because this 24-hour live stream is nothing, it was not the idea of the Ascendance founders.
Yep.
The Ascendance founders are not organizing it, but it's organized by the apprentice team and the Ascendance ambassador. Okay, basically, I shout out to Hazik, Azana, and Noreen, who's like running this whole thing. But how
Yep.
long have they been in Ascendance?
6 months.
Less than a year. Less
Yes.
than a year. Less than a year. I think Azana is the longest. Okay, the others are like six months. 6 months, guys. This is what your children are doing, and they are only the three main pillars. But there is, I think, about what 50 over apprentices
Apprentices.
who are
Yes.
between age 9 years old to, I don't know, 16 years old, MCs as well. So it's like all these youngsters are coming together and they're doing something for other youngsters. Okay, but while they're doing these things for other youngsters, they're MCing, they're putting this 24-hour live stream, they don't get paid. None of them get paid, but it will build their character.
Yeah.
It will build their confidence, it will build their ability to speak. Along the way, they will also see what they are passionate about. They will start creating their own careers. So you will see the impact when you start engaging.
Yes.
So if your parents out there, it's okay. You cannot do anything in your company, never mind. Take care of your kid. I mean, get your kids engaged. And a lot of parents, later we have a parent segment, okay, and they say a lot of parents a lot of kids don't engage. They don't engage one, they don't know. Just like ESG, no one knows what it is. Okay, so because they don't know what it is, they're not going to engage in it. But if you find out, you engage, they will also start engaging.
Yep.
Like ESG, a lot of the CEOs are not involving in it because they are like, okay, CSR, the CEOs were not involving in it because it is like, let's just keep a budget lah. I'll take my 1% of my budget, let these
Do
people
the
go and do
quota.
get some good name lah. Never mind lah, we contribute. But when it came to ESG, CEOs are opening up their eyes. You know why? Cannot get funding.
Yes.
So cannot get funding and you cannot get rating for your funds to come in. So
Yep.
now it becomes their problem. So they're figuring out what is the ESG,
Yes.
but it's in the right direction because when they get interested, or when the regulatory body gets interested, the CEOs all will start getting interested. Then the whole team will start getting interested.
Yep.
We start
And
with the parents first.
yeah. So if you're a youngster, you yourself can join Ascendance. I know most of you will tell me, oh, I'm just a kid. I know all of you guys. You're much better at getting stuff than adults.
Correct.
So
Correct.
so you have the power to invest into these kind of causes. So you can actually do that by learning about this first and working on yourself through the Join Ascendance platform.
Okay, you join
And
the SNS platform is one. Okay,
yep,
but you cannot just join and do nothing with it. Then no
yes,
point joining. Okay, join SNS fine. Okay, we already make it as cheap as possible, but what are you going to do with it? That is
yes,
your ability. And just now we mentioned, right? You don't have money, never mind, you got time. You got time, right? Okay, you don't need to worry about ESG, company doing ESG, you doing ESG or not. Are you doing things in your own community that has a social impact? You see a problem, can you fix it or not?
yep,
You see some environmental harm, can you fix it or not? Gen Z has amazing brain power. Okay, there is SNS had a conference last year. There was Changemakers, 10 years old and all. It's not like uh, they just looked at the problem in their community
yeah,
and can I find a solution? And when they say, can I find a solution? They found a solution, then they advocate the solution. Then they became a change maker. Then they came to speak in the conference internationally. So it's like, can be any one of you all.
yep. I think it reminds me of like Robbie Bond, who started when he was just 9 years old, but he has met the president of the United States. He has changed laws in his country, which most people won't even do till they die. And he has managed to do it because he cared for the cause and actually took action on
Yes.
working towards it.
And I actually listened to Robbie Bond. I was thinking about Robbie Bond when I gave the example. So glad
Yeah,
you picked up on that. But Robbie Bond, basically, what his problem was, he didn't have parks to walk in.
yeah,
That's all. He's like, oh, parks are closing down. They're not letting us walk in. Let me see what I can do. So conserve parks. So it's like you will see issues around you. Before you want companies to do ESG, let them do that because now they have metrics to do it. But are you doing it? Because it starts from the individual actually.
yeah.
Each of us can impact others in our own way.
Yes, agree. Okay, I mean that was already a very nice ending. So I don't know if I should ask this question or do you have any last words for the
That
parents
was
and
my last word.
teachers? Yes, go
That
and
was
be a useful human being, guys. That's the last.
correct.
One.
Correct. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Be a useful human being.
Yes. So I know this was money matters, but we talked about life and your values more, because I think that's at the end of the day, your values and how you view life is how you will manage your money also. So it will kind of just reflect that. So if you're a very selfish person, then your how you manage your money will also be like that.
And
So
that is also the same with companies.
yes,
That's it. So whatever you're doing, companies do it at a bigger scale. That's it.
times 10. That's it. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Osla, for coming on
Thank
screen, sharing your experiences. I'm super duper excited to have all these different people from EKDs to share their how they are doing this, so you get more people to pay attention to ESG and actually apply these things. So hope I think you're doing a segment later on today as well. Is there anything you can share with us about that?
Okay, my next segment. Okay, there's another segment after this. I'm not sure what the segment is. The MCs will tell you. But my segment is at 6 o'clock with parents. So if your
Okay.
parents listening in now, do join in at 6 o'clock. We have apprentice parents sharing. So we have other parents sharing, and if your parents are not listening in, ask them to come and listen to us at 6 o'clock, because then they will understand how SNS is impacting youngsters,
Yep.
and they will support you in a lot of things that you want to do.
Yes, completely agree. So, guys, 6 o'clock parent session. This is where you drag your mom and dad to sit on a couch and watch the thing with them, and you will see Vasla once again. So, Vasla, thank you so much for
And put
joining.
it on the TV. You can play it
Yes,
on the TV, guys. Yes, yes.
unfortunately, I don't have a big TV to play it on, but if you have, make sure you do it. It'd be really fun to watch. And I will see you guys at our future Money Matters episodes. In case you guys don't know, Money Matters is part of Join Ascendance platform. So if you join Ascendance, you will get to watch all the recordings that has been done previously and a lot of other exciting content as well. So make sure you guys join Ascendance so you can get access to these kind of events.
And when you join Ascendance, it comes with a very nice gift box, which has the Money Matters book and the Teenage Entrepreneur book. So you can
Yep.
actually get the physical book, and yes, correct. Yes, that's the one. You get you'll get the physical book as well as the platform and all the Money Matters episodes. So I don't know why I did this closing for you, Madhura.
I mean, if I talk about it, probably self promotion. But no, I'm there, guys. You want to see my face? Get the set. All right. So thank you so much for watching Money Matters, and we will see you guys next week at another very exciting episode. Madhura signing off, and this was Money Matters.